Alright guys and gals, I told you I'd bring you back when this was all ready for some paint, and it is. All in all, it came out pretty good. There was a couple spots where there was like dents and an edge like this, and I just straightened them out the best I could. This one over here, I mean, there's a little doink in it. I'm not going to try and put filler in that. That's just too much. But the gouges that were in the front of it going down from that lip are all gone. I cleaned all that up. In the event of full disclosure, I will tell you guys, I tried to do a blow-in on this corner last night just to try and get ahead of it so I could get the van outside and not have to worry about it. Yeah, there's a floor jack under there, but there's also a jack stand and there's cribbing under the pinch weld, so don't give me any shit. This area right here, I put a big run in it. It actually, it melted out nice, it looked good, but it ran and it was a big soupy goober. And the problem is the door closes to about here, or that's as far as it opens. So I had trouble seeing and getting in here. I was holding the flashlight. I got pissed off today and pulled the door off of it. There's just, for me, there's no easy way to do it. And I don't know, any of you guys ever pulled this rocker cladding off? What a joke. It took me forever to figure it out, and the clips didn't necessarily break, but they're deformed in a couple of spots, so. And it's part of the rocker, it's not a clip. It's made to the rocker cover. So at any rate, I blocked that out with some 320 and then some 600 and bombed some more primer over it today. Once I got that cut open, you got to be careful if you got to redo the next day, especially doing this in your own shop where you don't have a place to get the paint cured out. Put it outside in the sun for the day. After you sand it, I put the infrared light on it for about an hour, let it get up to about 120 degrees for maybe an hour, 40 minutes, something like that, and then let it cool down. Sanded it with 800 again, just in case those scratches opened up, and then threw 3 light coats of primer on it. I just want to hold that down because getting that run out, I knocked it back down to bare metal. It was a mess, we'll put it that way. So I'll give you guys a little rundown, excuse me, on what products I'm going to use today. Alright, the base coat's already mixed up, but it's Chrysler code PAR, and it's also known as KAR. It's called Maximum Steel Metallic. It's like a bluish gray, but I think it's more blue, like a steel blue. It's got quite a bit of flake in it, so I'm glad I'm not trying to just spot in that bumper. I'd probably have a mess on my hands. But that's it. That's DeBeer 500 series. It's a 1-to-1 base coat. I'm using the medium reducer today. It's about 70 in the shop. That's it, the 151. And we're just waiting for sealer to flash on that. What do we got? 13 minutes. Yeah, 13 minutes left. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to use some DeBeer Clearcoat. My jobber hooked me up. I'm bouncing around using different clear coats, but I needed something that I had enough of to spray this whole bumper. And we're going to grab this and take it back inside. I had it sitting out in the sun because it was cold in the shop this morning. But I'll probably have, there's probably 1.5 quarts of usable product here in this gallon between that and the activator, so should be good. So there you go, that's the 1204 DeBeer, and then it has its own MS hardener. That's a medium. So we'll bring you back when it's ready to wax some color on that bumper, and I'm going to paint the bumper first, and then I'll do the blow-in on the inside of the door. I'm still giving that primer some time to cure up. It's a 90-minute primer, but I don't ever trust them for 90 minutes. I tossed some accelerator in that little spot job and just let it do its thing and put the heat lamp on it, and I'll still let it sit like 2 hours. I also sprayed that primer through my little touch-up gun there. So there's not a lot on there, but I don't want any problems, so we'll bring you guys back. On a little side note, I get questions every once in a while if they make pour spouts for these gallon cans, and I've seen them before on videos before, but I'll be darned if I know where to get them. I've looked at Lowe's and Home Depot and the paint store, and nobody seems to know where the hell they come from. But they fit over that, and they have a little nozzle on them. Well, that'd be awesome. So at the beginning of the clip, you got these. This is a gun wash bottle. There's no reason you can't fill that up with reducer with a funnel or something until your gallon gets down a little bit lower, especially for mixing small quantities where you need like 10% reducer or something like that. You just give it a little squeezeroo in there and you're good to go. So just figured I'd show that to you guys. Alright, I already tacked this off. We're going to shoot it with the Sata Jet 3000 1.3 tip. About 2 turns out, 24, 25 psi. We'll see how it starts going on and may adjust after that. Sorry for the background noise, I got the heat going. Alright, so first coat I put on this, you guys watched me, and I put it on a little heavier than I should have and got some fish eyes in it. So I had to take a little scuffy pad. I would have shown you, but I'll show you on another one if it happens again. It's Sunday and I'm scrambling, but one of these 800 grit and just scuffied over it, and I broke through it in a couple spots, believe it or not. So nothing major though, just an aggravation more than anything, but it's covered, so I'm letting it flash off. You know it's springtime. Oh yeah, what's up, creepy crawler? Don't matter what's up there, there's a step pad that goes in there. I'll get him with the tack rag last thing. But back to the door jamb. It's all based up. I'm just kind of letting this stuff flash for a while. Remember, I think I said earlier, you got to be careful when you've got fresh clear, and this was just one coat of fresh clear, even though I put the infrared on it. Yeah, it reacted right where the rubber goes on, and that's a solvent penetration where it attacked it. So luckily the rubber covers that. I'm not worried about it, but I've got it scuffied up into here and then back to about here, and my color only goes to here. Now these door jambs, this kind of repair, it doesn't need the UV protection. It's just going to get one coat of clear right to the edge of that base coat. I've got it soft edged down here with the tape, and it doesn't matter, there's a piece of rocker cladding that covers it, but it's for my peace of mind. And then I'll spray the blender up here, and I'm going to show you guys that. But here in a few minutes, it's going to be time to clear that bumper. I'm just trying to bring the temp up. I think it's right at 70, and the humidity's back up almost 60%, which I don't like, so that's the other reason I'm running a heat. I'm going to try and get it up to 80 and draw some of that humidity out of here. 60's not terrible. I wish it was 50, maybe 40, but that's what we're dealing with today, so I'll bring you guys back in a few minutes. Alright, we're ready to put some clear on. I'm going to use the Nest Iwata LPH 400 with the 1.4. Spraying at about 20. We're going to start there. All I ever used this DeBeer clear for was a spot in, so I'm not sure where exactly I want it. Alright, so everybody wants to know how to do a blow-in or clear melt or whatever. So, you see probably on the paper, if I haven't zoomed in too far, my paint stops here and my scuff marks are only about 2 inches farther. Same thing on the other side of the jamb. I don't know if you guys can see this. I've waited for the fog to clear out of here, but basically, there you go. This is edge melter and a rattle can is all it is. And I'll do a little bit more description on that, but I'm going to have to mask up and I will go ahead and do this. I'm only going to put one coat on this. That's it. And I'm going to use the touch-up gun. I've got the material dialed way back on this gun. So this is the gun right here. I know it's like super zoom, but I'm not going to get up 10 times to move the camera. So basically, we're just gonna, even if it's not enough material flow, I'll just keep going until it wets up, and I'm gonna stay within that scuffed edge. If this were a sail panel, we probably would use some heavy cutting compound on a wool bonnet before we base coat or do any body work and prep the blend area out for the clear. This is just scuffed with 1500. You want to spray this edge melter on there within probably 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm going to put you guys right here. Get my damn mask back on. I know you can see that dry edge. You just sort of puff it on there. Don't get carried away. Give it a second to melt and watch it. You don't want to redo this. right, there you go. I'll bring you back and show you after all that clear is flashed off and the fumes are out. End of the paint day video. I just got this thing sort of rolled out of the way. It's a couple hours later. It's 8 o'clock at night, but she's shiny. That's a nice clear too. It sprayed pretty good. You guys probably noticed I was spraying really slow. I really wanted to see how it was going on, and hey, there's a big change from painting something white. I could actually see what the hell I was doing. But we'll go back over to this blow-in, or clear melt, whatever you want to call it. And this is a while later. I had the infrared light on it because I started to get a little run. You can probably see that guy right there. Like I mentioned before, you know, heed your own advice. I smooshed that thing down with my finger. It's low enough. I'll just scuffy it with some 1500. I flattened it pretty good. So this over here though, it actually, I must have got some base coat up here and didn't realize it, and the blender ran it down there. So I've got to take some compound on my hand and buff that off and get rid of it, because that looks like crap. But there's dust all over it here, but it's well out of dust, and I was hoping that that rubber would cover that, but it doesn't come down quite that far. So no biggie, we'll get that sanded out. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that when it comes time. So it worked out real good. I'll run a buffer over it real light right on this edge, because you can still see, I think. Maybe not. Let's see if I can get the right angle on it. Well, at any rate, the clear stops about here, and it's dull right here, and that blender will do that too. I might even have it scuffed that far, I can't remember, but just a real light buff on that, because I'm going to have to sand that shit off of there anyway. That was just a boner move. So, but she's shiny. She came out good. So I'm pleased with that. That's an easy fix 'em up. It's a door jamb. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll get a parting shot of this when it's assembled. I got to work tomorrow, so it's going to have to stay here until tomorrow evening when I get back. I'll put her out in the sun for the day, and she ought to be right to assemble. So, alright fellas and gals, we'll catch you on the next one. Alright, here's a final walk around on this 2013 Town and Country van. Bumper's done, back on obviously. Looks good, it's shiny, color match is right on. It's hard to see with the sun gleaming on it, but it really turned out nice. Door jamb area that I repaired looks good. I was able to buffy that up real nice. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a final walk around. I need to wash it up, but other than that, she's good to go. So that'll be it on this one. So I hope you guys are all having a good day. Went out and did some work here this morning, but that's about it. Alright, we'll catch you on the next one.